Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. So happy to see everybody here this evening. We've got a little bit of a different setup going on. We've got computer upgrades in the works. I have a very powerful PC laptop here that decided it wanted to pull somewhere around a 16-minute boot to get set up for everything. So what I want to talk with you tonight is about why I'm purchasing or purchased sort of ordered another Tesla. And many of you know I already have a shiny, bright yellow Tesla, both Jessica and I do, with even gold wheels. Our manifestation will be what we call our Woohoo 8, or at least that's what the plate says, over our manifestation or after our manifestation exercise called the Woohoo 8. So we have this beautiful Woohoo mobile. We call her Tessie the Rocket. And if we already have Tessie the Rocket, why on earth do we need another Tesla? And we're not the kind of people who think a little is good, more is better. And we certainly want to take care of Mama Earth in every way we can. However, it was a very unexpectedly exciting weekend this weekend. So I think it was Friday night. It's all a blur. Maybe it was Saturday night. We're sitting around the couch. We're going to be watching a little bit of a movie and get an email. And it's from Elon Musk. And not him personally, but his marketing committee, saying that they are going to be announcing the pickup truck, unveiling the pickup truck in less than an hour. And it's something that we've been wanting, a higher ground clearance vehicle. We have a total on the side, about a foot of snow on the driveway, 4 to 8 inches, depending on where the snow is blown. We've been wanting a higher clearance vehicle here in Colorado and something to get us to the trails, because Tessie, with her low clearance, can't get us anywhere off of the beaten path. But we expected we'd be waiting for this a while out. In fact, we were thinking about the Tesla Y, kind of the crossover vehicle from the Model 3 that'd be coming out in a year or two. But then we got that email. And I remember talking with Jessica and saying, what would it take for us to actually buy this vehicle tonight? And we're going back and forth on it. And then there's the countdown for the unveiling. And it's going, this is reminding me of our countdown we had a few weeks ago with GoDaddy. It's going 10 minutes till live, 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Then they add 5 minutes again. And it goes back up to 7 minutes. And then it counts its way down to live. And then they unveil the vehicle. And it is the most hideous, horrendous, ugly, different, out there, wonderful, incredible, beautiful, horrific creature of an invention I have ever seen. And I had to place an order right away. Well, I had to check in with the Pookie first, but then I had to place an order right in the way. So what we're going to talk about tonight is what in the world was I thinking? But the truth is, I wasn't thinking at all, and from the most beautiful place of being. It's something we cultivate in our meditation, we cultivate in our automatic writing program, is how to be present and hear inside the still silence, hear that voice that is calling you forward. And I had a tug in my heart that said, this is right. This is what you're supposed to do. And click, click, and our order is placed. And our order was placed. Let me back up. The tug and the order are not about buying a pickup. And for that matter, it's not actually out for the next 3 or 4 years. So we're actually buying a future pickup. Should it exist at all, like how it was unveiled a few nights ago. But what it was about is setting a massive intention with the universe. And that's what I want to talk with you about tonight, about setting massive intention. But first, speaking of massive intention, we've spoken to you before about the automatic writing program. The automatic writing is basically a way that you go quiet in the morning, or in the evening for that matter, you meditate, and then you put pen to paper, or you put your fingers to the keyboard, and like journaling, you begin to write, but it's coming from your highest self, or it's coming from your inner wisdom. The words are not coming from you. and you get the deepest, most profound words of wisdom and guidance, helping on your purpose, on your path, on your direction, on answers to all of life's biggest questions, even on, do I get a Tesla truck? And all of it comes from the writing that you do each and every day, cultivating this awesome, amazing relationship between you and your inner wisdom. What's your inner wisdom? It's the voice inside of you that says, turn fast, and you avoid an accident. Or don't go down that alley, and you avoid getting mugged. Or the voice that says, I knew who's calling, almost even before the phone has rang. And so our automatic writing program, we have done everything in our power. We've added nearly a dozen videos. We've made it even simpler for you to use. We've reduced the price for Black Friday. Woohoo! How does it get any better than this? And so right now for Black Friday, it's on sale. Jessica is going to be putting a link. She is still working on it fast and furious on the page to make it easy for you to sign up. But it's going to be on sale from $297 for Black Friday, only $97. This is our favorite tool in the world. If there's one thing you want to do for yourself this year, I wish you could see my hands on the screen. If there's one thing you want to do for yourself this year, not just to set yourself up for success for the new year, for that, talk to me about coaching, but to be able to hear your inner wisdom, to get clarity, to get unconfused, to get unstuck, and to use it as a massive manifestation tool, because that's a bunch of what this program is about. There's a reason my license plate on the Tesla says Woohoo 8, because in the automatic writing program, you're taught how to use this Woohoo 8 law of attraction manifestation tool to attract just about anything in your life. And so you can get that now, $97 at, I believe will it be automaticwriting.com, is that correct? At automaticwriting.com. And I cannot recommend it enough. I am just going to keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it and talking about it and talking about it over the next few weeks, but it won't be at the Black Friday sale price for the next few weeks. But it is such an important tool. That's why we just wrote a book on this 2 weeks ago. That book will be out approximately June of this year. All right, that's automatic writing. What on top of that? I mentioned coaching. We, last year, by December 12th, we were booked up for 2 months into the new year. So if you'd like some wisdom, some guidance, some direction, helping specifically to get unstuck and figure out where in the world to go for the new year and how to have your greatest year ever, then you want to sign up for a one-on-one strategy session with me today. Because I had, over the last couple of days, 9 free strategy sessions alone. So we are going to be completely full into the new year. So where to go for that? Go to inspirenationshow.com/coaching. Again, that's inspirenationshow.com/coaching. Last but not least, we are 100% supported by you, our audience. So if you love the show, if you want a way to give back, we could use your support. There's a reason, even though this is a supercomputer of old, there's a reason that we could use your support to upgrade equipment, to get additional staff on board. We are changing the format up a little bit for the new year, and we need more editing assistance for this, along with social media assistance. So please come help and support the show. You can do so by going to patreon.com, patreon.com/Inspire Nation. Become a Backstage Pass member. It costs you $7 a month. Cancel anytime, and you get daily videos, words of wisdom, behind-the-scenes information, jokes. Jessica has a wicked sense of humor. You get the funniest jokes from her, and so much more. Really becoming a member of our family for just $7 a month. So please, if you're thinking of helping anybody for the holidays, we could use your help. That's patreon.com/Inspire Nation. All right. So why on earth, if we're talking about wanting your assistance, did we buy, somebody's joking, did we own an Edsel? That's the third time today that an Edsel came up.
Is that a car?
That's the car that you said was a person?
Oh, yes.
That is the third time today. I don't know why on earth that question came up about an Edsel. And maybe it's because we're talking about I'm going to see if I can tilt this down just a little bit here. What are the ugliest vehicles out there? And the Edsel may certainly qualify. But we're not talking about an Edsel. We're talking about a Tesla that looks like a cross between a Pontiac Aztek, truly one of the most interesting, hideous vehicles out there, and a DeLorean, one of the coolest vehicles out there. And let's see, where are we going to dive in right this? Okay. First off, why on earth did I purchase another Tesla? Okay, truth be told, it's not an actual purchase yet. I'm going to see if I can get Sir Meowsers on camera over here. He's just about on camera. If we'll see. So why on earth did I order a Tesla? Well, the key point is that I placed an order because I'm placing an order, I'll put that in quotes, with the universe. I'm placing an order that says where I'm going to be in 3 years from now. You see, it's very important that we make statements to the universe of where we want to be. It is so incredibly important, because if we don't say that, then we just kind of float through life without a rudder. Yes, we may be in flow, but we have no idea exactly where we're going. So I'm saying to the universe, first off, it has 6 seats in it. We want kids. So I'm saying we want to fill a couple of those seats. We want to fill a couple of those seats with kids. We want more time out in the hills. That's why we want an all-terrain vehicle. More time outside to play. And we want over-the-top abundance where it doesn't seem silly, but it seems like the smartest choice in the world to go out now and buy a second Tesla. In essence, we're making a powerful statement to the universe. If you want to bring anything about in life, if you want to attract anything in life, then you need to put that energy out there. You need to make a powerful statement. Secondly, as I was mentioning, we want to play more and work less. So we got a vehicle that will plow through the snow, that take us to the trail, carry the kids, and carry our toys. It is the perfect symbol for that. There's a reason the Egyptians and other cultures wrote in symbols, because of the incredible power to them. And having that image of that vehicle, ugly and practical though it may be, and my God, incredibly functional when it comes to completely revamping how we're going to be manufacturing cars. There's a reason it's got the sharp angles, and that's because it's so much less expensive to work with steel that way. The image of that vehicle represents something important to us. Having symbols in your life is an incredibly important law of attraction tool. So it is great to have a vision board. And more important than a vision board is have an emotion board. Put up the images that have the most emotion behind it. When we were in Maui, we drew a little bit of a cabin, and we said that we was going to have woods all around it, and we were going to be up above it all, and there'd be a place for these retreat places for people to come who are on the show, who are going to get to go on retreat with us and stay on our property. And it just felt over the top incredible. And we attracted that. Not so much of having a drawing on the vision board, but the energy that we pumped into it. But the image of that home was a symbol to us, drawing us forward. So think about the important symbols at play in your life. Thirdly, we want to support incredible innovation because it always comes back around. I like to say that love is the ultimate renewable resource, a renewable energy. Well, karma points counts and is as much a renewable resource as well. The more that you give away goodwill, the more that you give away love, the more that you give away money and support, the more it comes back around. Now, Elon Musk, love him or not, he's an amazing master attractor. He knows how to follow the emotion, knows how to lead with the heart. And this project, love it or hate it, and it is an amazing marketing tool, he knows how to be brave and put himself out there. And he's putting out these vehicles. Part of it, yes, he's making an incredible profit, But a part of it is to get everybody else to come along. In fact, in the demo, they show him towing a Ford pickup with his Tesla truck, his Cybertruck. But there's actually some symbolism behind that. He's not saying we're better than you. He's saying, come along for the ride. I challenge you. And there's been a whole bunch of tweets going back and forth between the head between Elon Musk and the head of Ford in the last couple of days, saying, would love to take you up on this challenge. Would love to bring you along for the ride. There's room in this space for all of these electric vehicles. Let's see how quickly we can get out of fossil fuels, period. I want to support that innovation. I want to support that energy. The more I support it, and my very, very modest token down payment, it's $100, is a way of energetically supporting this. Say, I'm supporting what you're doing, and that money will come back 10 or 100 fold. We want to support that. In supporting Elon, Tesla, and Tesla and the Cybertruck, we're putting out a symbol, a sign, a token to the universe, powerful karma points of how we want to steer and change the world. Actually, that's a great point going into this Christmas season, going into Black Friday. And we are not big buyers here. We're not going to judge anybody. But if you can, don't buy junk that's going to break and then you get to buy a second time. The less stuff in general we buy, the better for the planet. Why again another vehicle? Well, the batteries on the current vehicle are rated 500,000 miles. The batteries on the new vehicle is supposed to be rated 1,000,000 miles. That's a lot less turnover than the current vehicles. So buying less and buying smartly is a very powerful message. In essence, you are voting with your dollars. What do you want? Who do you want to support? What kind of companies represent what you're looking for in the world? Your dollars matter. And so you can use them by voting, really, this Black Friday and this holiday season, of what you would like to see more of and what you would like to see less of. All right, with that said, we all get to play a giant, huge, massive game in life. This means putting ourselves out there, like Elon is, making big, bold, hairy statements to the world, and then backing them up by stepping forward. But put targets out there. Put your goals on your vision board. Ours is now the pickup truck in either 2022 or 2023, among many, many other things. And then boldly step forward toward your goals. I talk about it almost each and every week. Law of attraction is a two-step dance. First off, go into alchemy, go into the emotion, write about it, go into awe, go into your woohoo 8, go into a hypnagogic state just before you sleep, when you're half here, half not here, and dream about whatever you want with all the emotion in the world. Emotion trumps words every day of the week. And then step forward. What's the first step? Make big, bold statements like Elon did, saying we're going to have this vehicle ready in, is it 2022, 2023. We are going to make the biggest, baddest, most radically different engineering marvel of a vehicle that has ever been made on this planet. We're going to do it differently, and we're going to help save the planet. Oh my God, those are some big goals. And putting him out there, there's a lot of people who have stocks who are going, oh my God, no. And particularly when the windows broke during the display. However, the stocks are up. And my guess is they will continue to go up. Don't buy stocks based on what I'm saying, by the way. Do not do that. However, by making big, bold statements, he is much more likely to achieve his goals. And even if he falls short, you shoot for the stars, you just may get the moon. So, what are your big, bad goals? What are the things that you want to achieve in life that you've been scared to admit, scared to share with others? But if you share, then you will have to step forward. Because to be the most incredible master attractor out there, you get to make those dreams and goals for yourself, with all the emotion in the world, and then share them with the world and step forward into your dreams. That's how you too will become a master attractor. All right, going to open it up to some questions now.
What color is your Tesla Cybertruck going to be?
Bing! I am going to have the bumblebee of a Cybertruck as things stand right now, but I have 3 years, maybe 4 years to think about this. So things could change, but Elon Musk even talked about it in his feed of it's stainless steel, you might not want to paint it, but you can wrap it in any color you want. And so my dream at this point, and I'm sure it will change, is not only will it be shine bright yellow, but it will have a smiley face on the hood. Because this is oh my God, it's not buying a truck, ladies and gentlemen, it's buying a tank. And so I want the friendliest, happiest tank out there in the world. Yes, it is something between a stealth fighter and a tank. It does have those kind of angles out there. And I want it to be warmer. I want it to be friendlier. I want it to be a happy vehicle. We've actually had cars pull up alongside of Tessie, roll down the window and saying, thank you for buying that car, because it is such a bright and shiny beacon of light rolling down the roads. And I want the Jessie, as it will be called, to be that positive of a bright and shiny beacon of light as well. Do we have a next question? She can't say this with a straight face. This should
Well,
be.
it's not really a question, but
This should
having
be
a
a
conversation about whether it's aerodynamic or not, because it's angular.
It is an excellent question. Here's the best thing, and my guess is actually it is incredibly aerodynamic, because if it wasn't, the batteries wouldn't be able to carry it forward. Aerodynamics trumps weight when it comes to low wattage. And so my guess is that it is fairly aerodynamic. One concern that somebody addressed, maybe it was Popular Mechanics, said that it must be aerodynamic, because if not, that with a shape that's angular, if it's anything but aerodynamic, it will actually make howling loud noises when it's driving down the road. Now, my guess is they will have to put some curves in there. There will be some things that have to be done in the wind tunnel to tweak the design. But if you look at a stealth fighter, which is incredibly angular, it's also not just aerodynamic from a air resistance point of view, but by stealth, the way that its angles work, when it comes to sound, when it comes to radar, it's actually invisible. So my guess is, and it's a huge leap to go from sound, aerodynamics to radar, but my guess is they know a thing or two about aerodynamics. If not, they're not going to be able to pull it off, because this vehicle is supposed to have over a 500-mile range. If it's like driving a brick wall down the road, then there won't be room for passengers. It'll be all batteries. Next question.
What are your plans for Thanksgiving?
Oh my, I'm excited about this, but it's kind of a little bit odd, which is we did this for New Year's 3 years ago. We did it for New Year's 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago or 2 years ago.
What?
When we built
2.
2 years ago, we did it for New Year's, and we initially built our automatic writing program, of which we've now new and improved, completely revamped it. My guess is we're going to take some time. We're going to kick back. We're not going to work hard. But I want to build some programs for the new year. And the Pookie is telling me we're going to be building a 365-day New Year program to help you to live your greatest life ever. I don't even know what this is. But my guess is we'll be outlining, we'll be recording. I am on fire on the mic and on camera right now. And so I want to play with that energy and build as much as I can. Our family is almost all back east, so there's not really much family that we can draw in for the holiday. But what we can do, because 2020 will be the year of baby, one way or the other, baby will be in our life. We want to do the things right now, both to help you and to set ourselves free. And that, to us, I think, is the biggest holiday gift we can give ourselves.
I wasn't really planning on working on Thanksgiving.
Well, I stand corrected. It's going to be
can't.
movies. It's going to be massage. Oh, I'm going to record. I am on fire right now to record. I am enjoying it like nothing else. And I'm really, really excited. Okay, so for the new year, we record 3 to 4 shows a week with guests. We have a YouTube Live, we have a Unity Church show. Once a month, I have a show at the Aspen Chapel. And what we're going to be doing is going from that 3 to 4 interviews a month, is we're going to be even more particular about our guests. We're going to go to a week rather, 3 to 4 interviews of guests a week. We're going to go to 2 interviews of guests a week, being even more particular about our guests. And then we're going to have me on camera talking to you like this, 10 to 20 minutes a day, twice a week, where we pick a very specific topic and we go right after it. How can we help you with relationships? How can we help you with the law of attraction? How can we help you with any piece of the puzzle? Finding greater joy, happiness, peace, quieting the mind, meditation. We're going to take on a topic a day, twice a week. And I am starting that now, practicing, getting comfortable for this new format, tweaking things, learning, growing. And so to me, using part of this holiday time, we need to step back. We always need to step back. I call it stop, pause, and listen. That's the way to create. Stop, pause, listen. We get to do that, but then I want to play this holiday time through the creative process.
Okay, we've got a bunch of questions.
Bunch of questions. All right, I've got a bunch of time, a little bit of time. I don't have my watch on, but here we go, 6:17.
Dawn asks, so Michael, what 3 things jumped out at you this week during your interviews or readings? And also any synchronicities?
Readings and interviews. So the interviews haven't taken place for this week yet. We will have one tomorrow. Let me reread this question. Where am I looking here? So Michael, what 3 things jumped out at you during this week during your interviews or readings? And I have to go back and recall what were last week's shows.
Mitch? Mitch?
Well, Mitch Horowitz, that's very simple. We were talking about everything lately has been about how we can go to a higher room, how we can go to a higher level, how can we go to a place of higher vibration. And Mitch and I were talking about how you can lead. It's interesting, we watched a really, really bad and cheesy movie from Netflix today on the Knight, Knight, before Christmas. But what the Knight represented is nobility, is choosing a higher way. And that's what I was talking with Mitch about, is the choices, the decisions, the way that we interact with others, how much that makes a difference directly in our lives, and how much that brings good karma and good energy back into our lives. Mitch is a historian focused on New Thought movement and specifically things around the law of attraction, or how thoughts become things, or how we are causative with our words, or are generators. And what we were discussing is how we become the most powerful generator possible when we don't go to the dark side, but we play in the light. So that was from Mitch Horowitz. Did we have another guest last week that you can recall off the top of your head?
Spring Washam.
Spring Washam is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And she was talking about a fierce heart. And Spring is awesome. She brings together Buddhism and shamanism. And I can't think of a better combination out there. Actually, I want to bring them all together. Bring all religions, bring all the beliefs together. Because at the top of the pyramid, they are each and all the same. And we are all one. But Spring Washam, she's been through a lot in her life, and she came from a really rough neighborhood, really the hood. And in fact, her brother is still incarcerated. I think he's in a 25-year incarceration. Forgive me if it's less than that. Maybe it's a 10-year incarceration right now. But she was talking about how do we step forward into our true, authentic self. What does that look like? How do we do that? It really dovetailed with the concept that I've been working with people on called right now the open-hearted warrior. How do we drop our shields and lean forward into the fear, lean forward into what scares us, lean forward into our greatness, and really challenge ourselves to bring out the greatness inside of us rather than leading from a place of fear, rather than leading from a place of mediocrity, of understanding, learning, and listening. What would love do? I have a last signs and symbols note if you feel we have time. I get out of the shower. Did we talk about the shower last week? An
We have a
overload?
lot more questions.
Let's go to the next question.
Okay. Simply Faye asks, after 4 long months, my ex-boyfriend wants me back. I don't know what to do. Part of me wants him back. Part of me doesn't want him back. Please help. He wants an answer by tomorrow.
No. Simply Faye, it is not my place. It is not my place to tell you one way or the other. I would dive into my automatic writing. I would go quiet. I would listen. But if he dumps you, then why does he deserve to have you back? I'm not one into gossip. I'm not one into the the things in the newspaper. Ask Annie or something like that. But if he didn't feel you were good enough for him, why the hell does he deserve you? And if he demands an answer by tomorrow, demands an answer, then it would be no, 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 and no. If he comes back groveling from a place of love, showing you why it was a mistake, how he's changed, what he's learned from this, and he's willing to hang out and wait. Because Simply Faye, you are much more valuable than you could ever possibly imagine. If he's willing to wait, then maybe check in with your heart over time. But if he's saying, I need to know by tomorrow, heck no. Okay, that's my opinion. I said it, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, next
I'm
question.
going to defend you, Simply Faye. No.
Next question from Elisa.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please send small examples of things or events you literally attracted? What about Jessica? Her favorite thing she attracted?
Small things, big things. I attracted Jessica. She says that she didn't fall in love with me. She was conscripted. And I had written out every day in my law of attraction what I was looking for, but I always put in there the or something better. This home that we live in right here. When Jessica came out to Colorado, we had no idea where we were going, what we were doing. We had even rented a truck. And we were just writing out each and every day what we were looking for, what felt great, what we hoped for, what we desired. Please note, when you do law of attraction work, there's this myth, we'll call it, that don't say I want, don't say please bring me, don't say any of these things because it will be lack and I have to do it from a place of knowing that I already have it, which is good. Get to that emotional state of already having it. Maybe I need to do it from gratitude. It's not about the words that you use. It is about the emotion that you bring. Each and every day, we are in the law of attraction process. One of the most recent examples is 2 weeks ago, I had the most incredible over-the-top experience writing our automatic writing book with a ghostwriter who has worked on books for Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer, Mariam Williamson, Brian Tracy. Oh, the list goes on and on. I'm drawing a blank at the moment. Almost every single one of the greats and the giants, Deepak Chopra, almost every single one of the greats and the giants he has worked with. And I had no idea I'd be working with him and that he'd be doing it the way I wanted. How do I want to write a book? Put me up to a mic, ask me the questions, get the info out of me that way, rather than me having to sit at the desk and type day after day, month after month. And we cranked out between a 250 and 300 page book in 2 days. They were 2 very focused days. They had a lot of questions, of outlines. It's beautiful what we turned out. But I had been writing about this for years in my automatic writing each and every day. I need a ghostwriter. I want somebody to record me on the mic. I want it to flow. I want it to be easy. I had written automatic writing on paper twice, and it wasn't what I wanted it to be. And so I wrote about it and the emotional state of getting that book out there each and every day. And then out of magic, I come to a multi-book deal arrangement with a publisher, And this magical, magical ghostwriter appears as a gift from the publisher. I had no plans on this, I had no expectation, but I'd been writing about it each and every day. Next question, go.
Okay, from Susan. Question regarding law of attraction. Do we completely try to forget what we are trying to manifest after we have voiced the intention? Or do we visualize every night for how long?
That's a great question. That kind of comes down to the Tosha Silver surrender approach versus the Napoleon Hill write it out on an index card and read it every day. I would take a middle path. Universe knows what you want when you put it out there. However, the more that you emote, the more that you bring emotion to it, the more that you fill up this cup of manifestation until it is literally flowing over. So the more you can write it out with emotion, and I recommend daily if you can, the better. However, do I need to do it daily? No. Is it a bad thing if I miss a week? No. Are there any rules about this? No. Just put out all the emotion you can. Actually, I'm going to give you 2 rules. Rule number 1, there are no rules. Rule number 2, although it should be, refer back to rule number 1. How do I put this as a positive? Only do your law of attraction work when you're excited and in the emotional state that you want to generate. So if you write out, I want $1 million, I want $1 million, and you, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, you write out on the index card, I want $1 million, and you read that to yourself once a day, or you read that to yourself at night before you go to bed, that's not going to attract anything. That's a very Debbie Downer emotion. If you write out, I want $1 million so I can support my family, so I can play more, so I can create a philanthropy, so I can help save the planet, so I can attract greater health, so I can, woohoo! Do that on a daily basis. Write it out though, don't just read it. Reading it has no emotion to it. But if the emotion's not there, hit the pause button, love yourself up, no judgment, and wait till another day, another week, another month. You put it out there with some emotion, leave it alone until the emotional charge hits you again. Next.
Lisa asks, can you also please talk about synchronicities? I believe I have a lot of it going on, but that doesn't mean all things do come true.
Synchronicities are incredibly powerful signs from the universe. First off, that we are on track, that we are exactly where we're supposed to be, even if it's not easy. So you get a 222, you get a 444. Oh my God, we were going hiking earlier this week. A whole slew of events takes place, having to do with alarms and having to do with all sorts of crazy things going on, and having to do with us being quote unquote late. But we leave the house, quote, late to go to a trail that we never go to on a weekday, that we've only been to twice. I think you'd been to 2 times. I've been to 3 times. And we're doing a midday hike together, which getting Jessica out for a midday hike on a weekday is, I don't know, it is a small act of God. We're driving to the trailhead and the clock says 222. And I'm like, we are exactly where we're supposed to be. We pull up to the trailhead. We try to record a little video with our Patron app, which is buggy, and we're learning how to work because we want to be recording every day for everybody who's supporting us on Patreon. It takes extra long to get it figured out. I'm like, come on, let's go to the trail. I guess it didn't work. Jessica puts away her phone. We step out of the way for a Subaru to pull in. And in the Subaru is one of our dearest friends and one of Jessica's absolute best friends in the Valley, who had just come back from a retreat with someone that we were going to be interviewing last week. And all of the planets aligned for us to be at the same place at the same time to do the same hike, completely out of the blue. And so that was an important sign in synchronicity. Now, more important than just seeing the synchronicities, the 222, the 333s, is to ask what these things mean. We have been getting so many signs and symbols from the universe, sort of like alarms literally going off, telling us we get to make pivots, some shifts for the new year, which is where the format changes are coming from. And so when you get an alarm going off, when you see an eagle fly right in front of the car, when you swerve at the last minute because there's a turtle, whatever it is. And I'm always looking for the natural signs and symbols. But listen too, put a question out to the universe, step out your front door, see who says the first thing to you or that you hear and what they said. Take these signs and symbols and bring them back, for instance, to your automatic writing in the morning. To me, that's my favorite place. And ask, what does this mean? I'm asking, do we move to this house in Colorado? And all of a sudden, a horse trailer pulls up in front of me and blocks my path. And I realize that we're surrounded by horse ranches at this new place. And I'm like, I see the meaning behind it. So become a sign and symbol decipherer. Put it out there in your automatic writing. Use it in your journaling. Ask yourself in your walks or as you're driving down the road, why did that appear before me? And what does it mean for me? You can practice this each morning as well by writing down each of your dreams and asking yourself, or more importantly, your higher self. That's again where automatic writing comes in. Ask, why did I get these signs and symbols? Why did I find myself swimming underwater? Why did I find this person appeared? Or I was back at my old childhood home. Actually, I was back at my childhood home this morning, and one of my dogs appeared out of a bike box and was dancing all over the place as a truck, a pickup truck, disappeared. And I realized the symbolism behind it. So keep working to cultivate your deciphering of the symbols in your life.
Next question from W. Luna Bo. Michael and Jessica, do you believe in twin flames?
That's a great question. I don't know. I believe there has to be more than just one person for everyone. I do believe we've spent lifetimes together, maybe torturing each other in other lifetimes. Where I want to be cautious with this, and we are a very special couple, although there are many very special couples out there. Specialness for one thing is something you work on, is something you build. You may have that initial attraction, that initial connection, but it's something that you cultivate over time. But there's something to be said, if you truly believe in a twin flame, then any other relationship is considered less than. And I don't believe there is such a thing as a less than relationship. There are relationships that you have to get the heck out of because they're abusive. And if you're in an abusive relationship, and I was there for 6.5 years, get the hell out now, ask questions later. However, even a decent relationship can be cultivated into something incredibly special if you're willing to dive in and work on the twin flame relationship with your own heart. And I think it is too easy to feel less than when you wrap your mind around the concept of there's only one special person, or there is one incredibly special person. And if I don't find that person, then this life is wasted. It's ruined. I've missed that person. I've missed my mark. Heck, there was a girl I loved, absolutely head over heels for in college. And I could never ask her out because I was afraid of losing her and I didn't have the confidence. Do I think that was the one right person for me? No, heck no. In fact, putting time and space and distance, thank God I met Jessica. However, at the time, if somebody had said there are twin flames and I go, oh my God, that's my twin flame, I ruined everything because I didn't ask her. She ended up going out with my roommate and this, and it was this major catastrophe. No, breathe deep. If they're gone, they're gone. Let them go. There is somebody else incredibly special waiting for you. Your job is to cultivate and create that twin flame relationship with yourself. Next question.
What do you think about soul groups?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. There are people who come into our lives, and I believe come into our lives time after time after time again. I have a very strong belief that the girl who I was engaged to and then really did the Magarena on my heart a good 14, 16 years ago. Oh my God. Almost 16 years ago. I believe that I was attracted to her because we had shared karma from many past lifetimes. And it certainly wasn't meant to be that we were to be together for this lifetime, but we were supposed to have a shared experience for our highest good and the highest good of all. I truly believe we're eternal beings. We have lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And when we come in for this life existence, for the school of earth, we come in here with a soul contract that says, I want to learn X, Y, and Z. And let's have Bob wear this mask this time. Let's have Mary wear this mask. Let's have Jessica wear this mask over here so that I may learn for my highest good and the highest good of all. And so all of my soul group members may learn for their highest good and the highest good of all. Next.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
All right. Do you have any last questions or thoughts? This is the Columbo question. And we do have a Meowsers who is trying to get into a Lara bar over here.
Okay, actually, we do have one question.
One last question.
Asks, can you talk about the end of the soul contract?
Okay. End of soul contract. Well, I will use a real life example, which is I have experienced a lot of ouch in my life. In fact, I've experienced way too much ouch, where I can remember being on Maui. I'm trying to heal from one injury, I get injured again. I'm trying to heal from another injury, I get injured again. And finally, Jessica is like, you need to just write out all of the accidents and injuries that you've had in your life. And I came up with a list of 36 accidents, injuries, and times I was hospitalized in my life. Just about once a year, you could say. And I could see from this, and I went into my automatic writing to try to understand it, that there was a soul contract in there, which is causing me to break things. Now, I didn't know why, and I was a real newbie at automatic writing. In fact, I didn't believe a darn thing that I was reading. However, I had a past life regression session with Cien Chua. And if you're in Perth, Australia, I can't recommend her enough. And Cien was trained by Dolores Cannon, who really was a pioneer in past life regression hypnotherapy sessions. And Cien took me back to before this lifetime, or I believe that these are all, whether we're really going back past this lifetime or the stories that come up are the stories that help us to learn and to heal. I can't say which. Is it real? Is it not real? But what she got is me, or I got, is me standing perhaps in front of a council of elders and saying, I want to learn as much as I can this lifetime. Give me the works. Give me everything you've got. And the elders are saying, you can't take the works. You can't handle the works. And I'm very tenacious and kind of persistent about this. And I'm going, I can do it. Give me everything that you've got. Oh God. And they said, your wish is my command. And the next thing you know, I'm in the tunnel. I'm in my mom's belly, and it is off to the races for injury after injury, illness, accident, injury, accident, illness, beat up, injury, accident. Each one helping me glow even brighter. Each one helping me to help others. Each one helping me to cultivate more kindness, more compassion, more the good stuff. But it's hurting like hell. Until finally, in this session, I'm asked, do you want to renegotiate your contract? And it's something you can do in automatic writing as well. And I've helped so many people renegotiate their contracts. And I said, yes, oh heck yes. Because what I'd learned from my first near-death experience as my mantra to help me to renegotiate my contract is kind, gentle, easy, good. Kind, gentle, easy, good. I am listening, universe. May all the learnings and lessons come to me in the kindest, gentlest, easiest fashion possible. And I promise this, universe, if you will help me to renegotiate my contract so that I am not getting hurt anymore. And there have been a couple minor injuries this fall, which they are very clear symbols and signs from the universe. They're like an airplane on the beach with a giant banner going along, screaming at me what to do. I have made a commitment that I will listen to the whispers of the soul, or as Louise Hay calls it, to the whispers of our body. I will listen, and so please make it in the gentlest fashion possible. So I would challenge you, if you are having patterns in your life, write down about the patterns, ask about the patterns, go into automatic writing. Please get the automatic writing program for yourself. It is the most amazing investment you can make in your life. And ask, why is this pattern happening? What can I learn from this? How can I overcome this? How can I renegotiate my contract? And based on this discussion here, we're going to have a bonus video in there specifically on renegotiating your contract. And then take action based on that. You can make a massive pivot. They say pain is required, suffering is optional. We don't have to keep going down this trajectory when we learn the lesson, because we're always spiraling around, but never coming back to the same point. We're always spiraling upwards in life. But when we learn the lesson, the pattern disappears. So I encourage you to dive in with everything that you've got into your automatic writing, into taking inventory on your patterns, and on renegotiating your contract. Was there one last question? I think something had popped up.
Question. It's a good one. Elisa asks, are you both always positive?
Oh, heck no. Pulse, human, no. It's always, like everybody in the world, it's always up and down. It's always cycling. At one point, you're on the top of the mountain. At the next point, you're on the valley. You try to reduce the distance of the falls from up to down. You try to become more awake and aware so that you can pull yourself back more quickly. You try to find ways to get to the higher room more quickly when you've hit the bottom, and to cultivate that awareness of I am not in such a positive state right now. What can I do to shift my energy, to shift my languaging, to shift how we interact so we're not dragging each other down, so we are hyper aware compared to where we used to be. We still go through the full gamut of emotions, and I don't think there's any emotion that's, quote, bad. There are emotions that feel as uncomfortable as hell because we're carrying what appears to be a very negative charge. But it's all the human experience. It's all guidance. It's all God. It's all here to serve us. The question is, can we observe our emotions? We are not positive all the time, but we're really good observers. And if I'm not catching or observing something, Jessica's going to put it in my face and make me observe it. How good of observers of our experience can we be, rather than get lost in the experience? We are all on the stage of life, but there is a difference between playing a role, having an emotion, and getting lost in a role. There's a big difference between I am angry and I see my anger. That's the level that we all get to play at, and that's where the real fun and game is at. Any last thoughts from the Jessica?
Nada.
All right, we have been doing some exercise work with the Meowsers, and this could go ugly, and that's a manifestation thing. It also could go ugly beautiful. Let us see.
Like the Tesla Cybertruck?
Like the Tesla Cybertruck, both ugly and ugly beautiful. So I have been taking Sir Meowsers, who's, I don't know, let's say upwards of, I don't know, 5 or 10 at this point. So, and I've been taking him up the stairs, and we've been doing stair time. I bring him up the stairs, he comes back down. But we have been doing quad work. And so if you can angle it down, or let's see if I can do it here. And so what I've been doing is going, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. Oh, he's had enough. Thank you, Meowsers. You are so good. Thank you so much for sharing. He's actually drooling right now. He's not really purring, but he is drooling. And he is allowing me to give him the greatest workout in the, gotta get that chin scratch on. Gotta get that chin scratch. So love you guys so much. The reason we do this is because we each have greatness inside of us. We each have goodness inside of us. We all have a divine, God-like soul. We are all part of the love that is and is the glue that attaches each and every one of us. And when we start to discover our greatness, when we start to discover who we truly are, it not only changes our lives, but it changes the life or the lives of everyone around us. Each of us is a bright and shiny beacon of light. Each of us is a sun that shares our light with the world. If I can help any one of you to shine your light brighter, you will help the next, and you will help the next. And together, like a sun that shines on everyone and everything without judgment, we will completely transform this planet and transform the world. So that's all I've got. Please check out automaticwriting.com. You will absolutely love it. It's incredibly transformative. Please, please, please support the show. Become a Backstage Pass member at patreon.com/InspireNation. It is no small operation to keep this show going. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep this thing rolling. So we could use your assistance. And on top of that, if you're looking for a free one-on-one strategy session with me, specifically to see if coaching is right for you, and serious inquiries only. Oh my God, I had 9 of these sessions this week alone. Serious inquiries only. But please, I would love and be honored to speak with you if you're interested in coaching with me for the new year. And I've got to go here because Meowsers is about to harpoon me. That would be inspirenationshow.com/coaching. All right, I've got a coaching client to get to. Love you guys so much. Thank you, Meowsers. He sends all his love as well. Shine bright. Woohoo! I have no way to get to that button, Pookie. Look at Meowsers. He's watching, everyone.
Which button? Oh, this button.